И мы переходим к игре.
Good morning. I hope everyone has been enjoying the run so far. I am Darksol188. You can also call me Sol. I am joined by Dark Riolu.
Hello.
And Lejestin.
That's me.
This run is going to feature a lot of vowels. So I'm just going to go straight into it. So 3, 2, 1, go.
И мы начинаем.
The first couple stages, we're not going to have a whole lot to really.
Ну, собственно, как вы можете знать, игры Kirby — это игры про такого вот розового колобка, который очень любит кушать. И начинаются эти игры всегда довольно безобидно. В принципе, как и любой платформер в стиле похожем на Марио, но со своими механиками. И в основном, что нам нужно сделать, это как можно быстрее пробежать слева направо по уровню.
Hopefully no more than twice, because if we see it more than twice, things have gone wrong. Upper-wise, yeah, pretty much just I can't use another controller to control them. That turns into a 2P run. And we'll just grab this, jump over here, and not have to worry about that one. Anyways, maybe in donations, people can say their favorite Kirby game or something. I would say one.
Ну, в Kirby есть челлендж, потому что к последним уровням, даже не к последним, после первых уровней начинаются уже довольно сложные моменты, где, например, надо комбинировать разные силы, которые мы получаем от поедания врагов, и таким образом проходить игру. Но это больше всего заметно даже в поздних играх, где очень много есть секреток, очень много интересных взаимодействий. И такое может быть, что там обязательно должно быть, например, 4 игрока. Если нет 4 игроков, то их роль могут выполнять и искусственный интеллект. И надо комбинировать там разные виды и разные силы, чтобы проходить дальше или открывать секретки.
Sadly, those animal friends are not going to help us in speed, except for Choo-Choo. That'll come up much later. No, nobody knows what Choo-Choo is, not even officially.
Nope. It's only assumed that Choo-Choo is actually an octopus.
Конкретно в этом случае мы пока никого не едим, просто бежим. Вы можете заметить, что раннер периодически хватает противника и просто выстреливает им, ну как такая звездочка стреляет, чтобы очистить проход. Соответственно, чтобы пройти как можно быстрее, надо знать, где какие враги находятся, что вот тут мы можем кого-то съесть, тут мы можем выстрелить, чтобы пройти как можно быстрее.
That's this run in a nutshell. Anyway, we're finally about to get our bid run-in method here. So, as I start flying around, Riolu, would you care to explain how coup movement works in this game?
Yeah, coup is the very infamous part of this run.
Да, ну и тут мы знакомимся с птичкой, на которой можно летать. Как вы можете знать, что в платформерах, если можно летать, то зачастую спидранеры будут этим пользоваться просто, чтобы скипать все. Соответственно, что вы видите прямо сейчас. А, кстати, птичку зовут Ку. А конкретно эта игра проходится на свитче. Но на что она выходила, я сходу не вспомню. Это как на свитче играют в классическую игру, которая вышла в 97 году.
If anyone in chat wants to match that at the end of the run, that'd be great.
Продолжаем пролетать абсолютно над всем.
Can't lose too much.
Yeah, so
Например, если говорить про тот же Марио, там тоже есть плащ, который позволяет летать.
it'll be fine.
Yeah, I believe
Делает
you won't mess up.
Спидран примерно таким же.
Yeah, that one it just kind of got thrown
Мы просто
off.
точно так же двигаемся слева направо, только по самому верху экрана.
You'll see a little bit here because Ku does keep that vertical momentum. He actually sticks to ceilings and floors, which can be used if you just want to cruise along the ceiling, but it can also cause trouble if you need to get out of the way of like an enemy or something. So sometimes you need to start going up or down earlier than you normally would to unstick from the floor or ceiling.
Тут конкретно по верху экрана мы пролететь уже не можем, поэтому приходится немного расчищать себе путь.
Like you'll see me just kind of stick a little to the ceiling. This time I didn't because I didn't try to stick to it. And also you'll see that the invincibility music will glitch out if you go through rooms too quickly. It's still going, and the music resumes here.
A lot of people think this speedrun is just fly over every level with Ku, but this game actually has a bunch of caves and other obstacles that get in the way of that, so there are only a couple levels that you can actually just fly over without too much trouble.
Ну вот, собственно, один из комментаторов нам объясняет, что некоторые места мы можем пролететь, но в этой игре на самом деле довольно много таких пещер и других уровней со своими особенностями, где пролететь нельзя.
It is very easy to go from like full health to like three hits in the blink of an eye.
You have more HP than pretty much any other Kirby game because each of those squares is 2 HP, but you also lose it a lot faster than most other Kirby games, so it's harder to stay alive in this compared to some of the other games.
Yeah, this one's actually one of the more like just hold right and at these stages. So if there's any donations, this would probably be an alright time for it.
Нам еще объяснили, что в этой игре больше можно найти всяких предметов, повышающих здоровье. И, соответственно, игра сама по себе это компенсирует тем, что она немного более сложная. То есть намного легче потерять это здоровье. Летаем между березками.
Awesome, thank you.
I really debated that because I thought about Eds for reasons, and I was like, but the scene, but we gotta have the cutscene.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this one the game got smart. Now there's enemies on top, so I have to actually worry about something as I
Да,
fly
тут мы
through.
не можем пролететь по верху, потому что наверху экрана есть пауки. И тут есть еще домашние пауки. Ну, короче, целая куча пауков на всем уровне. Тут приходится чуть-чуть танковать дамаг.
Best ending, you'd have to fly all over this area and collect 3 shapes in order to make Pierre the clown happy.
Oh yeah, all of these actually have names.
We'll see Pierre,
I'm
but
pretty sure they're
he
not
won't be
Indian
very
Russian
happy.
blood. Honestly, that's probably the only thing I don't like about this is like the one seeing like the happy images for each of them is really good. For example, Pierre actually juggles the pieces you grab. And in this, well, you just see them all just kind of look down and glum because, well, you didn't help them. By the way, you saw me grab Clean there. Clean is our best way of dealing with boss fights. Because it turns out, the more awkward the attack, the better the damage. Or more accurately, there's a set damage for each thing, and this is one of the highest in the game. Because of this, it turns out a lot of bosses are weak to a sentient feather duster.
Да, еще нам тут объясняют, что птичкой можно воспользоваться как пылесборником. Или типа вот это вот. Метелка, чтобы вытирать пыль. И на удивление много дамага она наносит, если ее так пользоваться. Так можно просто пару раз ударить по боссу, и, как мы только что видели, ну, весь пивот склеился буквально в момент.
They're actually really good cutscenes. I kind of enjoy them.
Yeah, that's not unfortunate. Honestly, they're not
Yeah,
too
I
long.
don't know why I
and
said
they're
it was
so cute.
unfortunate.
You
Yeah, I
don't
don't know
even
why I
really
said it
get
was
tired of them.
No, like honestly, each of them are pretty good. I kind of really like. Honestly, my favorite's probably the Santanian one.
Oh, the one that shows that Choo Choo has teeth?
Yes. And also, you know, I can't believe Dewey's dead.
Fun fact, Choo Choo is the only person that is actually has teeth in this game because it's the only one that's shown.
This game is one of the few where you can actually swallow things in midair. Another one being Superstar. Both games you just use the same button that you would normally summon a second player with.
Также интересная особенность, что это одна из немногих игр, где в Кирби можно хватать врагов в полете. Походу, единственная другая игра, где это возможно, это Kirby Superstar.
You will not be happy. GUI can be a huge troll in this. The AI that controls him is very awful.
Yeah, Dewey can just sometimes decide, I'm just gonna take the enemy and then hold on to it for 20 seconds, and you can't dismiss him until he spits it out.
The world 2 is basically the water world, so this is basically the only time we're going to trade out Q for Kine here, the fish. Naturally,
А вот единственный момент, где мы заменим Ку на птичку, не на птичку, на рыбу, потому что рыба очень быстро плавает, и, соответственно, тут намного быстрее проплыть, а потом найти Ку снова.
Yeah, Kine's control is much easier than Ku's, and also it's a little bit easier on the mash, and you don't have to mash as much.
Luckily, they upped Kine's running speed to that of everyone else's in this game. In Dreamland 2, he was much slower, and he was terrible on land, but here he's just as fine as anyone else, and he can platform off of enemies' heads.
Очень интересно, особенно, что в Kirby's Dream Land 2 Кайн, он, эта рыба, бегал намного медленнее, а тут бегает настолько же быстро, как и любой другой персонаж по факту. Перепрыгиваем хомяка.
Alright, we got another mini game coming up. Everyone give Darksol your power.
Yeah, let's see if we can actually do it this time.
Сейчас будет небольшая мини-игра.
A little bit simpler. You got 5 pods. You see this eel. I don't actually know the eel's name. I'm sure there is one.
Ellie Eel or Eli Eel. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Of course it's an eel pun. Okay,
Ну и тут надо выбрать горшок, где находится угорь.
Only 2 more tries, come on. One more, you got this.
Crap!
Good job, I believe in you. I knew you could do it.
You know what? I'm just gonna do the $2 anyway. I actually thought it was the one next to it.
That's actually kind of funny, because this is the one NPC that actually looks smug and happy if you fail the minigame. So now it's just gonna look
Yes.
normal and bored, so we're really gonna make everyone sad.
You know what? Perfect. Yeah, I did it. Perfect. We actually have sadness percent now.
You want me to explain the auto scroll skip now?
Yes, because that's actually probably an important one for this stage.
Yeah, a lot of auto scrolls in this game. Unfortunately, we can't do it in 1 player, but in 2-player runs, you can actually skip this auto scroll and the one in the next stage. What you do is you have GUI, and normally when GUI goes off screen, he's going to get automatically warped back to you. But if you're using an ability, like for instance, Kine and Spark, if you can move while using the ability, you won't get warped back. So you can navigate through that entire auto scroll blindly, and if you get up in front of the door and hold up.
Получается, что
As soon
этот
as you let go of the
автоскроллер
ability,
можно
you'll go into
скипнуть,
the
если
door
играть
before it can
за
work back.
двоих
You can
игроков,
actually
потому
skip that whole
что
section, saving about
а,
20 seconds.
ну, обычно второй игрок, если он выходит за пределы экрана, то его варпает обратно к первому. Но если без конца использовать какой-нибудь скилл, типа спарка, то игра варпать не будет, пока, собственно, не закончится использование скилла. Таким образом, можно просто продолжать двигаться за пределами экрана и пропустить весь автоскроллер.
It's probably going to be perfect for donations because it's pretty much just going to be waiting for the mini game to go through.
All right, you want me to say something?
И это касается также этого автоскроллера.
Awesome. Perfect. We have $50 from Melody Koo. I know you'll save Dreamland, Dark Soul. It's been great watching you get faster at all the Kirby games. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, honestly, I speedrun a lot of different games in this series. I'm actually gonna be doing a bunch of Supersonic Air Ride stuff in very, very soon, actually.
That's awesome. Do we have time for another?
Yeah, it's pretty much just me jumping around at the end of this. So yeah, go ahead and do another one.
Awesome. $75 from Chappers. Good luck to everyone involved in AGDQ2022. It's always such a
нам
good way to
читают
kick off the year.
пожертвования.
Already loving Kirby's Dream Land 3. For the record, my favorite Kirby
А
is
мы
a
просто
dog.
бежим и ничего особого не
Donation goes to
происходит.
Super Monkey Ball. More games, please.
Honestly, Epic Yarn's a decent choice. Really like the aesthetic and the music in that one.
Me too.
Maybe a little too common, depending on what you're wanting in the moment, but yeah, it's good game, good music. Definitely recommend it. And this stage is gonna be a little bit awkward because there's all these sharps and blunts, and I have to be very careful about my movement, or that happens.
Немного проблематичный уровень, потому что повсюду есть акулы. Их надо оплывать, но в данном случае не очень хорошо получается.
I think Choo-Choo can also do it.
Yeah, because Choo-Choo's like gooey, but they can
Yeah,
only eat one
Choo-Choo's
thing
kind
at a
of-
time.
Yeah, Choo-Choo's kind of weird in how she grabs things. Unfortunately, we need to kind of get both of these blocks so we can actually keep time. So I'm going to drop fire here, get stone, and go back through and get my friend back.
А тут рыба все еще нужна, поэтому за ней возвращаемся. Там были блоки, которые можно разбить только с помощью камня.
And you lose time, and it's
Соответственно,
really hard to move around in the water currents.
в данном случае быстрее плавать с рыбой, то есть если ее оставить и идти дальше без нее, то это займет больше времени.
And with time, I can just do this and skip basically the entire thing. And it makes this room a little bit simpler.
This is actually the start of a bit of a gauntlet. We don't see any more health unless we get it in goal games until 3-4. So that's 2 more stages here, a boss, and then 3 more stages we need to get through without any healing.
Интересно, сейчас будет много уровней без вообще каких-либо предметов для лечения, без каких-либо хилок.
I mentioned there's other reasons to call GUI, and one of these is some of the GUI costs 2 health, unless you're gonna go to 1 HP, in which case you don't go below that. So if we're at 1, we can call GUI, immediately swallow him, and get 2 health back.
It's also important to note that dying is actually a big waste of time because not only do we die and we have to do the rest of the stage as Kirby, we actually have to go back and get Koo at 1-3. So it's actually best to not die at this point.
Yeah, you'll lose time from just the death, having to do things without Koo, and then also 30 seconds just to get Koo back after the fact.
Because you lose your ability and your animal friend, there are very few places in this run you can die and not lose 30 plus seconds. So we're gonna try to avoid that.
Yeah, like one of the only other times that really comes up is like near the end of the game. Otherwise, it's just it's just not a fun time. You don't want it to happen. And then we just kind of speed through the border here, and this is actually it. We don't really need Kanye anymore, so we're just gonna drop them. You go through the doors a little bit faster if it's just Kirby, so that just saves like, maybe a few
Тут
frames.
от рыбки избавляемся.
Animal friends
А,
have a
и
little bit of turning animation.
чуть-чуть
Again,
пробегаем,
very cute,
чтобы
but
опять
it takes time.
забрать кул. И
Yeah,
опять
so
начинаем
the reason
летать.
we deal with it is it's just so much faster to have them than not have them. It's completely offset by that detail.
So Dark
And
Soul,
I
grab
wanted the
clean
damage
again.
boost there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dark Soul, grab clean again for the boss. You want me to explain that?
Yes, go ahead and explain it. This is going to be involved.
Yes, Acro,
As I go into,
work it backwards here.
Yeah.
Acro has two phases. The first phase is really easy and consistent, but the second phase is underwater, where Acro moves very randomly, and he's also way faster than you.
Сейчас у нас очередной босс, которого мы бьем пылесборником. И у этого босса есть две фазы. Одна фаза наверху, вторая под водой, где водой больше места, где босс может двигаться, и он может двигаться хаотично, соответственно, довольно легко потерять время, если он туда куда-то пойдет, но в данном случае очень быстрая вторая фаза была.
We'll do more than 3 normal hits, and that extra damage is enough that we only need 2 hits in the second phase, which makes it much more consistent.
And then I proceed to just do the fight perfectly, no problem.
Yeah, that was actually really clean, by the way.
So yeah, as I mentioned, that was the Santanian scene, and I can't believe Dewey is heckin' dead.
So if
And we'll
Acro had
wrap
needed a
Bird in
third hit
here.
there.
Yeah, and we wrap Bird in here since that's our other really good means of movement. You're invincible while using this, and that's going to be incredibly useful for a lot of hazards coming up.
В данном случае еще подбираем огонек, который позволяет, когда используешь огонек, делаешь вот такой вот небольшой дэш, то Кирби временно становится неуязвимым, что будет еще очень полезно в некоторых местах.
Running off a cliff or anything, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would probably happen otherwise. I've done that. Not with Burn-In, but with 2 in general, because of momentum. And this one's kind of neat because you have a lot of just weird movements you have to do to get through it. Like a little bit of combination of Burn-In and Ku's momentum carries you through, and you just kind of stay on the ceiling, drop down with Burn-In, and that's pretty much the room. And this one, there's not going to be much to speak of, so this would be a good time for donations.
Fantastic. We've plenty coming in from the Kirby community.
Ничего не происходит, возвращаемся к зачитыванию донатов.
Hey Soul, thanks for tickling the tree. If only we could have done it
Опять-таки
in the
пролетаем
first
по верху
stream
уровня,
file.
но надо уворачиваться от
Of the run.
вражеских птичек.
Yeah, it's EBC has done a lot of Dreamland 1 stuff in the past. He also does a lot of retro stuff in general. Definitely shout outs to him. He's honestly a fun watch a lot of the time. And we got this stage, which is basically Gourmet Race at Home. I've had another member of the community and watcher actually pretty much made that remark, and it's stuck ever since. The difference is the Gourmet Race at Home version is actually pretty good.
Классическая Kirby музыка играет, Gourmet Race.
This room we can't actually just do the two sprout of fly over everything. We have to actually do something.
Тут опять-таки прилететь игра не дает над всем.
This stage you have someone who actually who's trying to clean the floors because they're dirty. But you'll see this. This is supposed to be your cue, like, oh, you need clean. Well, we don't have clean. We kind of can't do anything. So unfortunately, those floors are just gonna have to stay dirty. Sorry. sorry to disappoint y'all. And this is probably my favorite rig.
For fun.
Yeah, it's basically Mario Sunshine before Mario Sunshine. if you really stop and think about it.
My favorite power from Mario Sunshine was the
Сейчас в чате главного стрима все просто флексят под музыку.
I think for me it was probably the one of the novels that just lets you speed around.
The turbo nozzle.
Yeah, it's basically the coup. It's basically the coup movement of that game. Sort of.
They'll say after
And
you
we just
speed
have
on
to
this
deal with those
game,
terrorists.
Получается,
for a
изначально
couple
игра
weeks you get
выходила на
30 buff
SNES,
thumbs.
так или иначе.
Yeah, this run was kind of rough on me starting out, and I actually had to stop for a little bit because it was definitely messing up my hands. Alright, we got enough for mini game coming up, so maybe we'll see if we can succeed this. We'll see if we succeed this one.
You're 1-0 for this winning, so
Yeah, I'm one for one. So let's see what kind of streak we get.
Кончилась веселая музыка. Тут, собственно, мы видим одно из основных применений огня. Это то, что летать вниз довольно медленно, поэтому мы можем дэшиться вот так вот по диагонали вниз, таким образом немного оптимизировать движение.
Yeah, otherwise, you know, this game's very poignant about that detail because this is basically the trap ray frame.
Этим же дэшем можно избавляться от врагов, которые стоят на нашем пути. Вот в данном случае было видно, как используется неуязвимость, через вот это вот этот аналог Твомпа пролетели просто насквозь. Я не знаю, как они в Kirby называются, но в Марио они называются Твомпа.
Alright, let's see how this goes, and while this mini game's going, definitely just keep the donations coming.
Fantastic. I'll just keep going till you stop me because we have so many coming in. It's amazing. We have $100 from Mr. Shasta saying, "Good luck with the run, Dark Soul. Thank you for representing the Kirby speedrunning community this event. Shout out to Dark Reality,
Мини-игра.
which asks it on comms as well.
Надо считать вот эти вот колючки.
I also really like Planet Robobot a lot. Thank you so much, Shasta.
Well, I should have paid more attention, but yeah. Yeah, also shout out to Shasta. I think he actually got world record in one of the KSSU runs now, so that, you know, kind of awesome stuff. Plus, I haven't watched it yet, but I know he was doing Micro Prime Hunters yesterday, and I still want to watch that run.
It was a great run. It was an awesome run.
Yep, I learned a lot about Metro Prime Hunters for the Nintendo DS.
I'll do another one right quick. We have $10 from 16-Bit Ferret. Hey Soul, it's so great watching you show off this great game. Best of luck on this run.
Yeah, they've also done some perfect runs themselves. At one point they had run Adventure. I don't know why I'm worried about the health. We're actually through the dry spell. Although the game doesn't completely make it safe. Like this room's safe. You can do this and you'll get through the room no problem. There's no risk. The room after it, you have a bunch of tips. There's those weird little needle enemies that will send the needle up first when you're underneath, when you're above them. And a pretty low ceiling. So there is a chance you can mess this up, but if you manage to stick to the ceiling, it becomes a lot safer because these can't hurt you. The Bronner birds stay low enough where they can't do anything to you. And when you get here, you drop down and then fly up. And there's your tomato. Watch out for that enemy, by the way. It can also eat you. I have definitely had that happen before.
One of the big draws about running this game is that there's actually very little RNG, especially for a Kirby game. But one instance, a small instance, is the mini games. Every Gordo that you had to count in that mini game in the last level is about half a second, so it's usually not a big deal. But I think Dark Soul got about 20. When the minimum would be
like
3.
The
So
absolute
that's a
minimum
lot
is
of time
1.
lost.
Yeah, the absolute minimum is 1, but it's basically a 1 in 9 chance that you get that.
Even less than that, I
Also,
think.
yeah, also
Комментаторы еще объясняют, что в этой игре обычно нет RNG как такового, то есть игра довольно стабильная в этом плане, но в мини-играх есть RNG. В частности, вот когда мы считаем колючек, в зависимости от того, сколько колючек надо посчитать, время на мини-игру может продлеваться. То есть, там, если их больше, то у них анимация дольше проходит. Соответственно, идеальный вариант это когда все 3 раза мы угадываем, когда надо угадывать, чтобы одна колючка появилась. Но в данном случае RNG тут было довольно плохое.
Or, dying in it, which dying in general just kind of kills your run no matter what, especially if you're at, like, a top level. If you're starting out, don't worry about it, like, yeah, you're gonna lose time, but at that point, it's basically free time save as you, get better at run. This has a lot of enemies, so we can't just flight down, and we have to do a little bit of weird movement. And then we have an auto-roller, so, I hope there's some more donations coming in, which it seems like there's been a ton of them.
Yes,
И опять у нас автоскроллер.
The Kirby community and everyone watching is just loving this run. Plenty of donations coming in. We've got $50 from Darts. Hey Soul, it's your boy Darts. All your friends are here cheering for you. It's been amazing watching you grow as a person and as a speedrunner, and we're so proud of all you've accomplished. Big time Puyo energy. Donation to the runner's choice.
Yeah, that's still going towards Monkey Ball and or X4.
Yeah,
also,
we're still pushing for Monkey Ball.
Yeah, also we entered that room to just kind of skip this auto-roller a little bit, but otherwise there's still time for probably another donation.
Awesome. Since we're talking about Monkey Ball, I'll just give an update on where we are with that. So we need $80,000 to see the bonus game 2, Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, and we've gotten up to $34,000. A lot of donations rolling in for our bonus game. Thank you so much, and let's keep those coming.
На данный момент, кстати говоря, собирают пожертвования на дополнительную игру, которая Super Monkey Ball, довольно частая игра на AGDK. И чтобы эта бонусная игра была, надо, чтобы набрали в сумме $80 тысяч. А сейчас у нас пока 34, если я правильно услышал.
Yeah, to my dismay, because that's something I actually like doing weirdly in the different games. And like the modern ones are a little bit better about it, but some of the early ones, especially like really old ones like KDO3, not so much.
This stage is actually very interesting. You're actually supposed to be collecting 5 different parts of Rob, but since we actually don't have to in this run, it's literally like we just go to straight to the end of the stage.
Yeah,
What's normally like a 5-minute stage, it's like a 1-minute stage in any percent.
It's also a much rougher stage if you're doing best engine because the optimal thing is the not-wrap kind in one of the rooms. And that room also has a water current, which you're supposed to use kind for. So the optimal way is to take 2 and match for 30 seconds through the current. No, that's not an exaggeration. It's really brutal, and it's probably the big reason I don't run best engine.
That bottom right room might as well just be a Mario Party matching main game.
Yeah. At least it's not like Mario Party 1 or Superstars where you have like the rotated control stick mini games.
That'd be pain.
Yeah, I'm actually scared to find out how many hand injuries exist from that one. Alright, let's see if we do the tomato. Okay. This fight's gonna be a lot safer, so I don't have to worry about potentially dying.
Сейчас специально взяли томат. Томат в Kirby играх традиционно восстанавливает все ХП. Соответственно, ХП было мало, так что на этого босса хотелось бы побольше. И тут мы деремся с лисами и тануками.
There's the problem right there. None of the bosses have to appear on any cycle.
Ну и, как вы могли заметить ранее, мы взяли зонтик. И зонтик тут очень хорош, потому что, во-первых, он может атаковать вперед, он может атаковать, он может атаковать снизу вверх и защищать от чего-то, что падает сверху.
Technically 2 cycle is possible, but you're not really going to get anything better than a 3 cycle. And even at 3 cycle, you need pretty decent
И
RNG.
переходим на левел 4.
Yeah, the alternate strat for that is you can use Coup and Cleaning, and that's probably the common strat before you do Parasol. It doesn't lose much time, but by comparison, in fact, you do about the same damage. The problem is that you're a much bigger hitbox with Coup, so it's much easier to take damage and just lose the ability, lose time, die. Parasol is just nicer in general.
Parasol does the same amount of damage as Coup and Clean, but you have extremely more mobility. You're basically guaranteed to repeatedly take damage with Coup and Clean since you're just stuck there for a second. But with Parasol, you can run all around, flip your Parasol, jump around. It's much easier to move.
Yeah, also this thing doesn't carry the same immediate physics change that Parasol normally does. You have to hold up to slow your descent. This is the only thing that does that. The rest of them, you just do that automatically. You hit down to just cancel that momentum that's drifting down. Also, small auto throw, so we have time for at least a donation. At least, after we have a couple auto throws in this stage, let me correct that. So,
all right.
You can just keep doing donations right now.
I absolutely will. We have $50 from Blizzard120. All hail the Beam Queen, for she is back at GDQ. Hey Soul, just because I'm at work didn't mean I wasn't gonna miss your run if I could help it. Keep calm and keep speedrunning. Donation to Soul's choice of incentive, and we're still running on that monkey ball.
Yeah, let's see that run happen.
Absolutely.
Keep them coming. Here's the over auto scroller that's coming right here with all these
Perfect.
Actually, this isn't auto scroller. I'm sorry. My apologies. But do it anyways. This is pretty much most of what I'm going to be doing here.
All right. Have $250 from Sammy.
Пока проходит автоскроллер, и там дальше читают донаты, но тут еще заметно очень часто использование огня для того, чтобы проходить сквозь камушки, через которые обычно надо перепрыгивать.
And there's your tone for the objective. This one you would actually want to use clean. And that is, by this point you probably notice that each of the stages have a different theme to them. The first stage is always something flower-based, for example, or plant-based. The second one is always like do something with certain abilities or animal friend combinations. The third is always a mini game. The fourth is always find something. The fifth is usually find some sort of go through the stage with some sort of animal friend for their either their mate or their mother. For example, like 2-5 is Mama Pitch. Yep, that's her name. And the sixth one is like collect multiple pieces. By the way, this stage is pretty much nothing but this. So feel free to just keep doing donations. There's really nothing to say about 4-2.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We have $50 from Kelpmonger. Shout out to the Kirby with the screaming Waddle Dee inside.
Очередной уровень, где можно без проблем пролететь поверху.
So true, so true.
Как посмотреть, то в целом в этой игре механики всегда примерно одинаковые. Их просто повторяют до тех пор, пока не пройдут до конца игры. Так что можно сказать, что такой ран не очень сложный, он больше по исполнению требовательный. Никаких особых скипов, никаких гличей, по крайней мере в одиночном режиме.
Kirby games defined my childhood, so I want my first GDQ donation to be during a Kirby speedrun. Go, Kirby, go!
So not the only one. Yeah, keep them going.
No, yeah, this Kirby run's been fantastic. Reminder that we also have a variety of bid wars and incentives going on, including the upcoming Chicory, a colorful tale character name. We have a competition between Ratatouille and Doggo, so you can change the fate of Chicory character name if you would wish.
I thought about doing that one, and I kind of just decided against it because I really didn't know. Like, I think the one I almost went with was Cup Noodle.
Oh, that's cute.
I actually really want cup noodles though.
Maybe after the run.
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean, for that matter, head, you really wanted to just step away and do that.
No, I'm good. Cup noodles go wait.
Fair enough. Yeah, the funny part with poo in the water is, yeah, you're a little bit slower. You actually aren't that much slower because the poo matching mechanic works about the same in water and out. It's just that you're a lot slower. Anyways, we have another mini coming up, so and an autotroller right after this. Like, we were not joking about the autotrollers in this game. There were a lot of autotrollers, and they just kind of like condensed them into like the last couple stages. So if you got any donations, go for it.
Absolutely, I'm not mad about it. It just means we get to read some amazing
Тут
donations.
очередная мини-игра, где надо посчитать все колючки определенного цвета.
It's been amazing. So we have $50 from Ginny Rose. Thank you for raising funds for such an important cause that's affected the lives of so many. Lots of love from the KJY crew.
I actually miscounted that one.
Don't worry, you got it next time.
And we got $15. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go on.
Real quick, we got $15 from Furniture that says, let's go for some bonus games. I've loved Kirby games since I was a child, so a lot of nostalgia.
Wow, didn't I hear a donation from the GDQ couch? I would have expected a monitor. This article goes on for about like a good 40-50 seconds or more, so yeah, you can keep going.
Fantastic. $55.55 from Anonymous saying, AGDQ really is one of my highlights every year. A big thank you to all the speedrunners and everyone involved in the production.
Okay, our is actually about to end. This is like the last little bit of it. But yeah, you mentioned like that last mini game. Yeah, the last mini game is actually probably my least favorite in the entire game because the rest of like you did points that are like visual based, and then this last one is sound based. And if you have audio issues at all, or if you're deaf, it's not a fun one. Also, I hope you missed Gourmet Race at Home, because we're back with it. Anyways, you were about to say, Aston?
Oh, I was about to say, that one's even worse because it's literally at the end of an auto-stroller, so you have to reset the stage and then do the auto-stroller again, just to get another chance.
Yeah, I remember my attempt at doing Best Ended. I remember Aston learning Best Ended and just not having a good time of it.
I spent 10 minutes on that stage in Best Ended.
The only one I know that doesn't hate that minigame.
Опять возвращаются флексы под музыку. Но конкретно на этих уровнях все еще можно пролетать где угодно, но уровень даже нам помогает в этом плане, потому что еще ветер дует в спину и ускоряет передвижение. Как-то на этой части игры довольно много уровней с механикой завязанной типа, на погоде. Облака, ветер и прочее.
Losing the minigames is far faster. I need to keep that. But losing the minigames is much faster. But I want to do something kind of silly for this run.
Definitely don't want to
don't be surprised if I lose on the first attempt with the last minigame.
Тут у нас босс-зонтик.
They're not fun in the story.
Причем зонтик Йокой. Традиционно для Японии. Если не ошибаюсь, он называется Каракаса.
Jumper shoot takes literally minutes to actually give you enough attacks to fight with if you don't have your own power. A lot of people learn that the hard way.
Yeah, the reason none of us like jumper shoots at all. Jumper shoot is
Yeah.
terrible. It's better in KDL2 where it actually attacks pretty quickly, but in this game, no, it just said, I want to waste your time.
Very easy with a power, at least.
But maybe I should have done that with the steel chair main.
Yeah.
The-
Oh wait, it's Rick.
Oh right, yeah, the Rico's Costco stage.
Rick Goes to Costco, the sequel.
Yeah, so
Armageddon explained that.
yeah, so this stage, if you're doing it the best Indian way, you actually want Red. Basically his girlfriend's in this stage. And you have lots of tricky platforming, there's lots of pits, and it's very easy to die during the last room in particular, if you're not careful. This level also emphasizes that Rick can wall climb. Both if you just play the stage and just mess around, or if you watch the trap mode. This is one of the stages that it shows off with Rick specifically to show you that that's something you can do. But we have two, so we don't care about any of that. We just fly over everything, and we don't have to platform.
I like to call this
So
the
to say
Mario
you're free.
stage. Because Rick can't fly, all he can do is jump, bounce off enemies, and wall jump.
I kind of feel like that might have been why they gave Rick that little trait, but it's actually a trait I kind of like seeing. Also, these drums are amazingly lifelike.
Yeah, no. I wonder what artist did that.
Maybe we'll find out soon. This stage has a lot of weird words like this, where you have to make sure you're covering two of the squares at a time. If you're only using Kirby, or if you're using like say Kirby and Choo Choo, you only take up one panel, one block. If you're using anyone else, you take up two. And you can have that thing only hit one block, and it just wastes time if that happens. So we have to wait for it to kind of come over, do this.
Oh yeah, you can also kill the enemy too.
Yeah, and if that happens or it despawns, because I've had that happen before, you have to leave the room and come back.
Только что мы видели небольшую механику, где враг должен нам открывать проход, кастуя там что-то, что уничтожает камушки. И бывает такое, что или там его убили случайно, или он задиспавнился. В таком случае надо возвращаться в обратную комнату, потом опять туда, чтобы его зареспавнить. И это занимает кучу времени. Вот как тут. Я имею в виду вот этот вот противник. К счастью, он не задиспавнился.
Okay, for a second I thought I messed that up. And oh, they're alive now.
That's strange.
Yeah, that's a little concerning. Let's just get out of here. We should be fine.
I wonder if we have an artist character that can bring paintings to life. If only we had that. Oh hey.
Is that an easel? So yeah,
It's Addo.
This is Addo, aka KDL2 greatest hits.
Yeah, because Addo pretty much
Тут мы
uses
подходим к
every
концу
class
четвертого мира, и у нас
to
очередной босс, который
There's ice tracking,
художник,
there's-
создающий живые живые картины. Рисует на облачке.
I think the only one that it doesn't mimic is Nerfinelli.
Which Rothwork is a regular enemy in this game.
Но опять-таки, что бы он там ни нарисовал, пулесборник разбирается совсем без каких-либо проблем.
Absolutely. We got $50 from the Mad Bicyclist. I'm loving the marathon so far, and the best way to celebrate? More marathon! I'm putting my donation towards unlocking the Super Monkey Ball Run. Thank you so much for that.
Знакомое облачко нарисовал. У этого облачка есть имя — Крако.
I hate that. I hate how
Also-
correct you are.
Also,
На самом деле у большинства персонажей, да если даже не у всех, в Кирби есть имена, но большую часть из них я не вспомню. Хотя некоторые игры по Кирби я проходил.
You scared when a little girl wags her paintbrush at you?
Listen, that little girl, she has something, I don't know.
Ну, Кукуста, с чего только в Боше нет.
Honestly, the boss budge version of that fight's even better. Because if you lose in that during boss budge, each of the bosses have like a unique spree, and Ados is just paintbrush on Kirby.
Boss Butch is the boss rush mode, by the way. For some reason, they just named it Boss Butch with no explanation
Yeah, we
at all.
don't know why.
Somebody really wanted to whip out the source on that one.
And it's all that way. Yeah.
Вот
it's
опять
all that way
подбираем
even
огонек.
in the Japanese version. The only difference between US and JP on that one is pretty much just a little thing above it. In US, there's nothing. In this one, because this game came out after the Nintendo 64's launch, they kind of did a little tongue-in-cheek thing with Nintendo 16 over it. And it's something I don't know why they didn't keep, because it was actually like a neat little touch. Anyways, this stage isn't anything too bad. The next stage is going to suck, because for one, we have 2 auto rollers in it. Did I mention his name like his auto rollers?
Пока что уровень идет довольно простой, а в следующем уровне будет 2 автоскроллера. Что не очень приятно. Вообще в этой игре довольно много автоскроллеров, особенно под конец игры.
Oh my god, I just realized it's Kirby's Avalanche.
They found a way to reference it. I'm actually mad.
I was about to say, I'll just take my leave now.
Today. I never thought about that, but no, that's completely accurate.
I'll take my leave now if you want.
Yeah, speaking of the avalanche here, there it comes. Luckily for this one, if you hold up and right, you're safe throughout the room until the end, where you need to very quickly move down, or you'll just
Да,
die
тут
because you're
автоскроллер, где мы убегаем от лавины. Очень-очень медленные лавины. Соответственно, никаких проблем с этим у нас нет, мы просто летаем в верхнем правом углу экрана.
$25 from 90nil. Kirby always brings back great memories of gaming days gone by for me. Here's to a great AGDQ. Thank you so much.
Definitely, yeah, you can keep them coming.
Awesome, will do. Have $100 from Jade Ahinga that says, thank you all for making this AGDQ happen. We've looked forward to it for so long now. Let's hear it for the tech team and everyone up behind the scenes. Absolutely. Can we give a round of applause to the tech team and everyone in production? So much love to them.
I would definitely clap if I could.
We'll clap for you, don't worry. I got it.
By the way, we're about to enter the other artist roller, which moves faster, so you can keep going with the donations.
Thank you so much. Let's do it. $100 from Alex and Jamie. Super excited for all these excellent runs. Let's take down cancer together. Also, Monkey Ball.
Okay, there's the first half. That part's not too bad. Then you have these runner birds. You have these at the end, these over at chilies at the end. And if you don't move down right there, you will miss that door probably and die. By the way, Random Samus cameo, did you notice she's a Kirby character?
В конце прошлого автоскроллера надо было дэшнуться вниз вправо, чтобы зайти в дверь, потому что если этого не сделать, то можно пролететь над дверью и не успеть в нее зайти. Это привело бы к большим проблемам.
By the way, we have our... Yeah, the favorite minigame of everyone who plays this game, and especially everyone who runs this game. Also with our good friend Auto Scroller coming up very shortly. I I have lost count of how many overflows
И у нас
are.
будет еще одна мини-игра и еще один автоскроллер.
Again.
There's a lot, but it makes my job easy.
I'm glad there's been so many, because
Yes.
definitely has made this a little bit better.
It's been fantastic. So I did want to mention that, you know, in addition to our Super Monkey Ball bonus one that we've been discussing, you can also put your donations towards a Serious Sam 4 bonus any percent run as well, or Willow bonus debug percent run. So talking about how can we make this marathon last even longer, we can get our donations in for all the different incentives.
Во время зачитывания донатов напоминают, что если набрать достаточно денег, то Тезуро, наш раннер, будет еще дополнительно проходить Sirius M4 на any percent. Будем надеяться, что достаточная сумма наберется.
Like a day in advance, and I think I put that one towards the Kenna upgrade. So I'm curious to see that one, since that's like actually next run.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. It's gonna be great.
You didn't keep doing donation. You need to do like, at least enough for a donation.
Fantastic. We have $50 from Brian. Keep it going. Yes, chat. Keep the donations coming in. You can do ! donation. Get the link or in the panels below.
Yeah,
And
so
15. Oh, go for it. Go for
You're
it.
right, go on.
Really quick, we have $100 from Newbells that says more monkey.
Alright, so here's the sound-based one. I'm gonna try, but I'm not exactly expecting success. I think no, that was the... No, it's the second one.
You talk.
Yeah, that sounds like this.
В данном случае это мини-игра, где надо угадывать, какая колючка издает определенный звук,
Yeah.
но
Oh, it's a speed run. I actually should
не
not
получилось
do it
угадать.
at all. You know, it says I was trying
Во время
to.
таких мини-игр надо
No, that one just is
внимательным
not a
быть.
great one because of what I mentioned before, and is actually one I struggle with greatly. Like, I don't even have, like, hearing issues. It's just not a good mini-game. I'm sorry to make Kawasaki sad, but,
Ну и повар Кавасаки теперь
yeah, I've been
грустный.
making that one sad ever since I was a kid. And now we have the stage that continues to just emphasize Ku's momentum in general, as well as do like a really nasty beginner's trap. These
Don't
first two
forget
rooms
to
are
not
fun.
move.
Yeah, the room, Kirby wins by doing absolutely nothing. Because if you move even slightly to the left or right, these gobbos wake up, and this room changes from being very free and
Замечательная
very
комната,
fast
где надо
to
вообще
very
ничего не делать.
slow and painful.
Просто Кирби сидит и проходит до конца. А если двинуться влево или вправо, то дракончики, которые там сидят, проснутся и начнут атаковать.
Actually ended up inadvertently showing me that strat. And also this one with these enemies, because, yeah, if you move too far up or too far down, these can eat you. This stage is, like, actually weirdly precise with its movements. For those two rings. Afterwards, it's kind of whatever.
This stage is the other reason you can't do no copy abilities for this game. You need burning to get through here.
I swear, one day I'm going to try and get like a no abilities running AGDQ. Forth my words. But we do have mini boss coming up, and here's the like other kind of RNG-ish thing.
Тут небольшой мини-босс,
The best one.
Best RNG.
через которого мы будем просто пытаться продешиться огнем.
And the head has to disappear before you can attack it.
Ну,
So,
и мне
especially if it's
трансляция
the
подлагивает
corner, you will
чуть-чуть.
You'll just take damage from being... Okay, I messed up that room. Anyways, if it throws its head, the head has to disappear first, and if it decides to slam into the walls, you have to basically take damage to deal damage. So it's very easy to just kind of lose a little bit of time and or have to spend extra time getting your ability back and just adjusting your movements to deal with it. If it jumps like that, it's actually free because it doesn't. You don't have to worry about any of that. And here's our other beginner's trap, 5-5. This stage actually is like a giant obstacle course with the expectation that you take Nago's attack through it. Nago's actually not too bad here. It's just kind of a difficult stage. But here's the rub. This stage throws lots of animal friends at you. None of them are Nago. Absolutely none of them. You will see every other animal friend multiple times even.
Yeah, I like to think the developers are just laughing at everyone as they put every animal friend in, I think at least twice, but not Nago. So every other stage you're given the animal friend you need in the stage, but in this one you have to bring Nago from outside. And if you die at all,
It also
you have
doesn't
to
help.
exit the stage and retry.
It doesn't help that this stage is actually very long for some reason.
Yeah,
So it's
Да, особенность конкретно этого уровня в том, что тут есть вот эти вот всякие животные, с которыми можно бегать. Причем буквально все, кроме одного, кроме Наго, появляются по 2 раза.
But we're not using Nago, we're using 2, and so we just kind of play and burn through everything. So you're just kind of see rapid fire rooms like this.
В данном случае это для нас никакой разницы не играет, потому что в любом случае мы только летаем на Q, и все.
Including any percent, but with 2-player strats.
Yeah, Brad is an insane runner this game.
Yeah, I think lately you've been doing what, air ride?
Kirby's adventure mostly. Some air
Oh,
ride
adventure. Okay, adventure and air ride. So I was half right.
Don't forget the Galbo room.
Yeah, thank you, because I have a bad habit of just running straight into the first combo. But every time, it's practically a meme at this point. It's like, oh, Gobble Room, smack.
I like how we only had to remind you this time.
I guarantee I would have run into it otherwise.
Right, my favorite Google Calendar.
Guarantee I would have run straight into it if something had been said. Also, you can grab clean it in this stage, but it's a little bit faster to keep carrying fire and just go through it that way. We did clean it at sort of 5-1, so what we'll do is go there and then go into 5-6.
Got the mini boss rush coming up, so naturally, what other power would we want than clean?
Yeah, the main difference is the flavor of it. So against most bosses, yeah,
Сейчас этот
everything
уровень
goes
заканчивается,
great,
и
but
вскоре
we haven't even
мы уже
had
должны
another method,
подходить
because
к
we don't have to need two
рашу
anymore.
мини-боссов.
So let me
И
grab this first.
после того уже скоро будет финал.
And then we're gonna come in here, and I'm just gonna talk to. Thanks for all the help. But shoutouts to Coon actually absolutely carries this run, quite literally.
Yeah, the friendship has ended with Ku.
От Ку мы избавились наконец-то.
Friendship
Потому
ended
что
with
сейчас он
Coon,
уже не нужен.
and we're about to basically enter what I call the TT's delivery service part of the run.
It's time for everybody's mysterious octopus, I guess. Choo-choo.
So this is Choo Choo. We use her for precisely one thing and one thing only.
Мы
And you'll see
меняем
that coming in the next room.
птичку на вот этого вот создание,
So
которое зовут
this is
Чучу.
actually the most damaging thing in the game. Everything
Slap
dies in
people
2
with a broom.
hits. Everything dies in 2 hits.
И
Maybe
вот
boss
эта вот
like this.
атака,
It
где
does actually
хвост,
resist it. It takes 3 hits.
можно поставить на врага хвост метлы, она тоже наносит немало урона, как вы можете заметить.
That is the fight.
И с этими всеми мини-боссами самое главное это, чтобы они оставались в хитбоксе метлы.
It's evil. It's powerful. The Almighty Broom.
Yeah, honestly, feel free to do a donation during this.
Чуть дамага
because
получили.
Yeah, this is just the rest of the stage right now.
The broom power is just incredible. We have $103 from Big Chumpus. Kirby Owl Power has the speed, but nothing is cuter than
Теперь мы
hamster
метлой
power.
убиваем
Lots of
метлу.
love to the cute block. Make good jumps, and let's please get that Super Monkey Ball bonus game incentive done. Thank you so much.
Alright, should be good for one last donation.
Sounds great. We have $100 from Echo025. Bonus games, let's go!
And this is our over favorite mini boss, Captain Stitch.
The last stage of the run, and you just want to read donations because Broom is so powerful.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're right at the end of the stage and the run for that matter, because we have DDD coming
Кто
up.
мог подумать, что
and,
метла это самое
you know,
сильное
it's
оружие в
like
мире?
DDD is the right of room.
EDG doesn't like
First
being
phase for
clean.
this is... No, in this first phase is very, very free. Just here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna stay here. We do 2 hits and
И
move
тут
up.
типичный босс для многих игр Kirby. Это
And
король
first phase,
DDD,
second phase is a little bit
которого
more
мы тоже
Yes,
Kind of
there'll be
lost it.
4 hits.
буквально выносим в считанные секунды с помощью метлы.
And that's the move, that's it. There we go, perfect. Time.
And time.
Excellent.
Good RNG.
И время.
So, let me go ahead and just give a big shout out to the Kirby community at large.
Замели короля
Lots of
DDD,
really good runners, lots
и
of
Кирби
amazing
снова
support for
побеждает.
every last one of them. If you ever want to learn this run or any other, all of us would be glad to have you. We have a relay coming up in a few months, and that's going to be really hype when that happens.
Теперь нам еще показывают имена всех персонажей. Записывайте, это будет на экзамене. Обычно Кирби хейтит DDD за то, что DDD крадет его еду.
Very good
Или
round,
что-то в
no
таком
bad.
духе.
Yeah.
No big mistakes.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised.
Все зависит от контекста, но обычно
almost every
что-то в
death,
таком
I
плане
tried to
происходит.
just in case this game decided to mess with me too much.
You even succeeded at one of the mini games.
Yeah, good job on
Yeah,
that. I'm proud.
I'm gonna do the $2 for that one anyways.
So yeah, if people in chat want to match you for the mini games, Dark Soul, what's the deal with that? What are we matching you with?
If you're gonna match it, just do 8 because I did succeed in one of them.
All right, $8 if you would like to match Dark Souls mini game counter.
Yeah. Honestly, if you want to watch me in general though, I stream on Twitch, obviously, Darksol188. I do lots of Kirby stuff, and I'm currently doing a casual Tales of Arise playthrough as well. I'd be happy to see anyone who comes in. Otherwise, have a good Reggie Marathon.
Ну еще говорят, что если вы хотите посмотреть еще спидранов по Кирби, можете зафоловить Darksol. В принципе, этот ран, опять-таки, был довольно такой механический, более требовательный к исполнению, но без особых эксплойтов, без особых багов. Разве что то, что мы использовали оверпаверд оружие для того, чтобы завалить боссов побыстрее. А в остальном такая механическая бега.